Hey guys, chiming back in. This is about the fifth time I've tried to send an old video and it's not working, so I'm gonna make a new one and see if this one goes through. Just wanted to show the graphs from today, just to compare the two, bolt-ons versus bone stock, and it's quite interesting because literally there was no change in horsepower or torque with the bolt-ons versus bone stock factory. With that being said, I also dynoed it at a different shop today versus where I baselined it. This isn't trying to turn it into a shop bashing war or anything like that. Both of these places are super good. I've had good working relationships with both of them over the years. This is just over at Ryan's is where I could get it dynoed when it was stock, and I got it in to see Jeff today. Like I said, the dyno's just a tool anyways. There's a lot of discrepancies between one dyno to the next. Regardless, I went here today because he could get me in, and this was the outcome. The car gained absolutely zero power with the intake and full exhaust versus when it was bone stock. It put down, when it was bone stock, it put down 125 and 137 or 38. Today, literally within like 100th of a horsepower, 125 and 137. The biggest thing with these cars that I'm seeing as these Alpha N platforms for the ECM setups are just the way they fuel them from the factory. I mean, even in stock form, you can see this the car pulled 15 to around 15 to 1 all the way until fuel enrichment shut off at $5,000, and then it started to fatten up where it's supposed to be. Same thing today. There was no fueling change, but I still expected to gain something from the intake and exhaust. One thing I thought about after filming the other video that's not going through was this one, the actual, if you can see all the wave in the graph up until when fuel enrichment shuts off, it smooths right out like it's supposed to be. I think the extra wave in this graph is because we've got it scaled differently versus this one. The scaling's a little bit tighter and the print off. Regardless, it's still the ECM is going crazy, pulling timing, adding timing, back and forth, back and forth. I just wanted some type of concrete evidence on these ECOtec cars to see there's a ton of power in the tuning on these things, and I've seen so much discrepancy online from different forums and stuff about what they really make and blah 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 blah. But this was a bone stock dyno run, down to the paper air filter and factory exhaust, and it literally made the same power today with a full intake and full exhaust and header. I'd really like to hear Garrett Jacobson chime in and tell me what he thinks about these two graphs. I know he's really kind of the man for these ECOtec cars. Garrett, if you got anything in mind or any suggestions, send me a PM or reply to this video. And that's it, guys. Thanks a lot.